Hey guys, I am sitting here in Nashville with a longtime friend of mine, Brian Szucs, and wanted to chat a little bit about something that comes to mind for me personally whenever I think of Brian, which is thinking big, almost in kind of a chaotic sense. So yeah, he is the king of chaos. So I met Brian probably almost 20 years ago. He's from New Jersey. Tell us just a thing or two about what you do. What do you consider the biggest thing about who you are?
I love learning. I think is my main one thing I'm self-aware of, that I just love learning things. I love learning new things. The more abstract that I seem to be drawn to, but that and also just music. I've known since I was 14 what I should be doing with my life, and it's music.
Yeah, one of the things that I connect with Brian on is he's one of the only people I know that I can talk about things with incredible width and depth at the same time. I mean, we can go from philosophy to something almost cartoonish in an instant, and
That's
it's
my ADHD.
yeah, it is. It's true. It's just he's just the king of chaos. So one of the things, he's got a guitar in his hand. It's really cool. He's actually done some instructing work with my kids and me. So gonna let him just play something real quick just to show you how good this guy is.
Good old Steve Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, and like I said, the cool thing about the reason I'm even here is that Brian just moved from New Jersey down to Nashville because it's been kind of a lifelong goal. He's a musician and he's been doing a 9 to 5 thing for a long time. He's always got something working, but he decided, I needed to focus, be a little bit more narrow in what I'm doing, and he came out here. So 3 months is your
It's
time
almost
frame?
3 months now that
Yeah.
I've been here, but yeah.
So tell us, because I kind of introed you as somebody who thinks big, and it's what I really feel is one of your best attributes. Tell me a little bit about the pros and the cons and where you get that philosophy and what some of your goals are.
Well, as you were saying earlier, a lot of it was from I became a self-help junkie, but I've realized just seeing certain things and friends of mine just accomplish what they've accomplished, that we really are limited by our self-limiting beliefs. And I didn't think I had any, but I keep realizing that I keep having these beliefs, and I got to try to break through them. And I really do think anything's possible. I think we live so far within our means that nobody even tries for things because they just don't think it's going to be possible. And I really try to consciously be conscious and cognizant of that fact. And some people think I'm grandiose, and people said bipolar, but it's not bipolar. I've seen friends go from cramped apartments to one of the owners of Muscle Maker Grill. Like he doesn't work anymore. He volunteers his time. So I know it's possible. I've seen it. I thought it was possible even before I saw it, but seeing it really definitely helps break through limiting beliefs. And I really do think that what you can dream, you can make happen.
So one of my earliest business mentors, going back 15 or so years ago, he told me something that I think really helped me because it's what I wanted to hear. And I kind of call it now the meatball management theory. He said, if you just do one thing, he said, you've got one meatball on that plate.
Mhm.
Like, you're just gonna guard it and protect it, and that's just everything to you, and that there's some value to that in going for one thing. He said, you want so many fucking meatballs on this plate
Mhm.
that if a couple fall off, that's okay. You got a lot of other things. So I love to do that. I've got a lot of things working, and I almost hate to kind of announce some of the things we work on as a company because I know not all of them are going to happen. So we go in a few directions and do some things, and then whatever captures our attention or our energy really is what we pursue. But I know there are, like I said, cons to that.
So I was just going to say that's actually that's a slippery slope to go down that, because that's actually what I found was some of the barriers I would fall off, because I'd be like, hedge my bets. Why not have a couple different things? But then it's being a jack of all trades, master of none, because you don't actually get to hone in and focus on one thing. I mean, I would look at the people that are doing huge things, and they always have like 8 projects going on. So I try to mimic that, because success leaves clues, and you just do what people are doing that are successful, and there's a good chance that you'll also follow in the same footprints. But what I didn't realize, and I've learned over time, is that those people started with one thing, and they really honed it and got it where they got it moving, at least some momentum onto it, some traction, and then they'd start doing other things. One of the barriers I would have, I would start doing like 8 things at once. So I've learned that, and I'm not doing that anymore. So
Yeah, I've used you as an example of that in both ways. One is that, Brian is an IT professional. He's here in Nashville. He was able to come down here because he got a great IT job right away. So even as a musician, he came down here to get some exposure as a songwriter and so forth. He's got that to at least carry him through or to fall back on. But obviously, you don't want to do that forever.
No, I do like doing it though. It's also creative. It's I get to create things. I just don't like working for other people. I don't like working for other people.
So one of the things with our program here, one of our goals is to really explore what it means to be content, to be happy, and I hate to use the word successful because that's just it means something different to everybody. So success is whatever you want it to be. I think it really should be funneled into that word like content, because you could be content with this or content with that, or some people are content with a lot or little. So what are your goals right now? You moved down here, huge life change. Like what is your goal to be happy with what you're doing?
Exactly what you said. I don't like content. Sounds a little watered down to me. Like I kind of like. It is happiness, but you're right. It's used so much. They've lost their meaning. But money used to be the main driver for me, and I've realized that's just it's an endless. It's a slippery slope too to start following that. So money. I mean, I understand there's a lot of money out there, and I don't see why I shouldn't have it. It's just a matter of perspective. Like I'm here to do music, and it's not to make money with music, and I don't want to put that on it. I do believe that I can figure out how to make money with music. I mean, I do believe. It's just a matter of perspective how I approach it differently. So it's music, and I also like computers. It comes easy to me, and it's creating, and I love to mesh the whole thing up. And fitness has always been on my mind because everybody's got a body. So in my mind, everybody should be working out and eating right. Everybody.
And that's one of the reasons I'm not here. Brian and I are working on some things creatively, some things that are going to be really cool for our company. One of the final things I would like to address is just the fact that. I think you have a bigger vision even for music than just saying, well, I'm down here in Nashville. Everybody in Nashville is a musician, right? So you're down here and you have different avenues. You can say, well, I could go gig and I could do this and that and try and break through somehow. But in my mind, from our conversations, you're starting to develop certain goals within the goals. So you could do anything with your IT work. You could do some engineering, you could do production. You could even do something as simple as design websites for musicians. So you're coming down here with your goal as an artist.
Right.
But as I said in a recent training with our Diet Doc owners, when you climb a wall, or a mountain, you're a rock climbing person. You don't go from point A to point B on a linear path. You're all over the place. You're looking for a path that brings you to your ultimate goal, but it's not always a straight path. No.
Actually, I prefer to do different things. Just what you're saying. That is one of my, I don't have music is definitely embedded as the primary goal, but I want to be a session player. I do want to be one of the best guitar players out there. I want my name to be attached to, he's arguably one of the best guitar players out there. I have that goal, and I absolutely think I could accomplish it. It's just a matter of strategy. I got to put the strategy together, and a lot of guitar players that I've seen, they practice what they can play already. So it's a perspective change. It is all mental too, but I do engineering. I love that I can do computers because computers are everywhere now. So I can do all that, and I just. You're right. I have big goals, but they sound grandiose. But I want to be one of the best guitar players. I want to have a very successful business. I want passive income. I just want to enjoy life, and I want different things. Like tedious. I don't do well with the same thing every day. Especially if I'm not learning. If I'm learning, I just lose myself.
So I recently used the analogy also that I think a lot of people make the mistake in business saying, okay, if I want to go here, and I'm here. The best way to get that ultimate goal is just to start with a small version of it and try and grow. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a huge mistake. I think, like I said, you should be able to say, well, if that's my ultimate goal, maybe I need to do this over here and this over here first and work on some things that make me not only the most marketable, but the most well-rounded and the most needed. I mean, you have to be necessary for somebody. You have to make sure that somebody, whatever your goal is, cannot live without you.
Right.
So in music, like give me the analogy right now. You moved down here 3 months ago. What are you doing to progress toward that ultimate goal?
I have designed a practice routine that I'm designing myself that I think is different than anything I've seen before. I'm trying to accomplish. There's a guitar player out there, Guthrie Govan, right now, who's amazing. Like he really is an awesome guitar player, and I think I can get that good in 2 years. And that's the strategy I want to prove to myself, and then I'd love teaching too. I love teaching people who want to learn. So my strategy right now is I've designed a structured practice routine right now that I get songwriting in there. I get ear training. I did go to school in LA when I was 16, so I have the structured methodology how to do that. I just changed it up a little bit. It's something unique. Like I am always looking for something different.
So that's making your skill set better.
Yes.
What are you thinking in terms of what are the steps within the industry? What's your strategy to quote break in?
Oh, I just joined the Nashville Songwriters Association, so I just think you gotta have your face everywhere. Somebody sees me, they gotta think music. They just
Connection.
yeah. So and music is all connection. I love being around people and playing and just that interchange. So
You have been in different bands. It's not like you just showed up here.
Oh, no, yeah.
And you're
I
not
love.
even trying to.
I'm a ham on stage. You kidding?
Yeah, you even had a record label at one time.
Yes.
Recorded.
Yes, I had a recording studio in my house, which I still own in New Jersey, but Nashville is definitely the place for me. I'm glad I'm here. This is absolutely.
You're gonna have to walk us out of here with one last song. But
Okay.
so again, guys, what I want to do is make sure everybody's thinking about going big with your goals.
You know what it is, and that's actually a good thing. It's mountain. You got to move mountains with big goals. If you don't have something that's exciting you, you're not gonna keep that drive. When you're tired, you got a headache, and you don't feel good. If you don't have something that really juices you, you're not gonna go for it. Like you're just gonna be like, let me just watch TV, which is the devil. Like it's taken over. I remember when I was younger in music school, I never watched TV. Like it's a tough thing now, but I'm doing stuff that makes me happy, and I have a big enough goal. It needs to be big. Like I think it needs to be big. Otherwise, you set small goals, it's not exciting.
Absolutely. All right, man. So you play some Metallica or something to walk us out of this. What's the big thing of
Sure.
All right, guys. We will catch you another time. Appreciate you watching.